We played against Arsenal 3 times last year and didn't beat them once. I think we got 2 draws and then lost against them once. So today is going to be a bit of a pain in the neck according to those stats. We played them twice. Firstly in the UEFA Super Cup to see if we can retain that trophy. And also away at the Emirates in the second game of the league. A very hard episode, but a challenge, certainly one that I relish. Hello there folks and welcome to part 2 of Season 2 of our Liverpool save on Football Manager 2020. And today is time, as I've just alluded to, for 2 matches against the Gunners. First off in the UEFA Super Cup, followed by that Premier League match away at Arsenal on Saturday at 12 o'clock. I think that's awfully harsh, considering we're playing on Wednesday at the Estadio de Grango in Portugal. And then 2.5 days later, effectively, playing at the Emirates. But I suppose both sides will face the same issue, so not as much of an issue as it normally would be. And of course, we did win this competition last year against Chelsea. It'll be the first time for possibly might even be the first time ever, that 2 English teams play against each other for 2 years running, certainly, in this competition. I'm just looking, I don't think there is an occasion where that's happened. If I'm missing something, forgive me. But I don't think that's ever happened in the past, so interesting. I'm just going to keep looking. No, it doesn't seem like it. Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa. No, I don't think so. Well, certainly when an English side's won it, there's not an English side facing them apart from that one against Chelsea. So it looks like it was the first time ever last year. And then it's going to be 2 in 2 years. Great for English football, but we all know that secretly on Football Manager, English football in Europe is a little bit overrated. But nonetheless, it's nice to see. We're just about favourites in this match to win this one against Arsenal to retain our UEFA Super Cup. But yeah, it's not the most important trophy ever, but certainly a nice one to have, and to win 2 in 2 years, I'm not going to complain with that at all. So here's the team that's going to face Arsenal then in Portugal. It's a team that is fairly similar to the one that faced Southampton. We've got Naby Keita in defensive midfield. Chirivella has gone out of the squad for this game. We've got Lanes again on right wing, Origi on the left wing, because if you remember, Mane was injured and still isn't quite back to full fitness, although he's still on the bench. We've got Van Dijk and Matip in the middle. We've Andy Robertson back in the team following a suspension, but he is still suspended for the next 2 Premier League matches, so won't be able to play in the Premier League match against Arsenal. But hopefully, will it be back by then? He's out for a few weeks, but when's he going to be back? He's still going to be out for a few weeks. That's going to be a bit of a problem. In the midfield, it stays the same as I've just alluded to. The strikers stay the same, apart from Sadio Mane being out. But it's 12 subs we can name here. We've only named 11, so we might as well jump to that 123 squad. And probably the best man to put in there would be Chirivella as a defensive midfield figure. We've only got 2 midfielders on the bench, so it'd probably be best to pop them on there. And that's 2 midfielders. No, we've got Fabinho on the bench. So yeah, I was right. We've got 2 midfielders on the bench, and then he was made our 3rd midfielder. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the new season. If you haven't watched that yet, please make sure you do go and watch that. I haven't actually seen any of the viewing figures from that yet, because I'm recording this on Saturday afternoon. But hopefully you guys do enjoy that. And I am really looking forward to the second go at the title. Again, very defensive side played by Man City. I was going to say Man United probably because I was looking at Lindelof. But a very defensive formation once again from Arsenal. Lindelof's they seem to have signed, as well as this Manolas, who they remember they signed last episode. 29 years of age, 54 million, a really steep price. But today, it might be a bit of a problem for us. We've got Maitland-Niles and Tierney, a very good young partnership on the wing-backs. Then we've got Horta, Xhaka and Smith-Rowe in the midfield with the 2 strikers. So interesting team. Personally don't think it's as good as ours, but you never know. They've still got very good names, the likes of, they've actually got Ozil and Pepe both on the bench. It's interesting to see, as well as a few youngsters. So we'll have to see how we get on. And as Sammy Lee, our assistant manager, has just said, I think we ought to tell the players that we're going to go and play for this trophy. Arsenal unbeaten in 3 matches against Liverpool. Yeah, every match is a new opportunity to write history. We didn't really play the best, in my opinion, against Southampton last time. Hopefully the microphone stays for the duration of the episode. If you didn't watch the last episode and are confused what that's going on about, the microphone decides to cut out. Fingers crossed doesn't hear. We've got an early chance, only a minute in. Naby Keita runs through, but yeah, he just took on way too much there. Really poor shot. And as I said, we didn't play awfully well against Southampton in this first game. Maybe the motivation of a trophy might help us out here, but you just simply never know. If we beat Arsenal today, we'll put behind us that wretched run of not beating them at all last year. But it seems they are on top at the moment, so that's interesting to see. Again, more possession, not really surprising. We need to win our way back into this game. It's a little bit concerning to see. So we're going to go positive, make sure that we're a little bit more defensive, and our defensive not possibilities, our defensive, what's it called? Defensive responsibilities, that's it. Our defensive responsibilities are taken, but we've got a decent chance here. Robertson puts it into Milner. Oh, it was on target, but it was very much over the bar, so it wasn't on target in the end. But yeah, Robertson already getting a yellow card. Not really good for his discipline. I think we might have to have a word with him after the game. Of course, he got sent off against Arsenal in the last Premier League game last year, and he's already on a yellow card. And apologies if you can hear the dog barking down the garden. There's not much I can do about that. But a poor throw really from Arsenal. And Lainez, great stuff. It was a little bit later than I thought he might have done, but he dispossesses him quite nicely. Origi through the defence. Shoots. And it's a goal. Lainez gets his first assist. Origi gets his first goal of the season. I'm actually going to shut the window because the dog is really annoying me now. He might not be able to pick it up on the microphone there. I hope we don't, but we'll have to see how we get on. But a good assist from Lainez, all from that poor Arsenal throw-in. It is Lainez, by the way. If it's not Lainez, apologies if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. But let's have a look at how this happened anyway. Very good ball from Origi. It's surprising to see him get through so many defenders. It was 3-on-1 really there, and a lovely shot from Divock Origi. And despite us not really being in the game, it seems, with only 38% of possession, it looks like, unless something shocking happens in the next 3 seconds, we're going into the dressing room in the lead at half-time, which is very, very satisfying. But the half's not over yet. Maitland-Niles, Milner, very good defence, but actually Maitland-Niles wins it back, puts it into Aubameyang. Lacazette nearly there. It was an open goal, really. Tierney, though, shoots. Great, absolutely fantastic save from Alisson. We are over time in this first half, which just worry me a little bit if Arsenal get something here. But this should be the last move of the half, I would think. Maitland-Niles, I called it, didn't I? I called it. I did call it, and really on the edge of half-time, Ainsley Maitland-Niles makes it 1 each in this match. A little bit of a concern that was, because defensively, we're a little bit poor there. Let's have a look. A decent header from Maitland-Niles, but who was that? I mean, Alexander-Arnold on the post. Don't really know what he was doing, because that's exactly the situation why he's there for, but we'll have to see how we get on. I think we're going to change a few things at half-time, because we do look a little bit weak. I don't know if it's something about us, but we certainly do look a bit weak. Going to go a bit more wider in terms of our attack, a little bit more direct as well. But apart from that, I think we can't really do too much without risking too much. So we're going to put Lainez, because he doesn't really seem to like that position as an inverted winger. Going to make it an inside forward. I think that might work a little bit better. I'm wondering, do we have a free... Yeah, we're going to put Couch in the midfield. He's not a big fan of playing as defensive midfielder. So we're going to swap him and Milner about. There we go, it's probably better. You've still got that defensive midfielder as sorts, because you've got Milner as a deep-lying playmaker, just that he's a little bit further forward than Naby Keita was in the first half. And hopefully that can push us forward a little bit without foregoing our defensive responsibilities. But obviously if something changes in the next 10-15 minutes, well, if nothing changes, if you like, and it is still 1-1, or even worse, Arsenal take the lead, we will need to change something. That's probably what we will change. Firmino looks a little bit apprehensive, and to be honest, he's not really done too much today. So I'm going to bring Balotelli on for him up front. And we are also going to give Sadio Mane a run out. I know, we'll put him in... No, I think I'll leave that a little bit. I'm a little bit apprehensive as to do that. We're going to bring Sander Berge on, though, for... we're going to bring Sander Berge on for Naby Keita. He seems a little bit tired, so we'll bring him on, swap him and Milner about, because he likes being a deep-line playmaker. Milner prefers being a box-to-box. So both changes work quite nicely. And we've 20 minutes to go. We've got our first highlight of the second half. As I've just said, Balotelli comes on for Firmino as that other striker. He seems to be doing quite nicely there. But that's shocking defending from us. Duncan 1-on-1 with Alisson. And we're going to tell the lads to show some passion, because that really was not good enough. We're going to update our position instructions as well, just to make sure that the new substitutes are pressured as much as the old boys. Because Duncan was given a lot of space there. I was a little bit worrying. Horta puts it into the box. Good clearance for now from Berge. But it's straight back out to Horta. Berge can't get there. Lovely stuff from Van Dijk though to get it in. Balotelli now has a chance. Can he put it forward? Balotelli still on the ball. Unfortunately then, nothing must have come of it, because that is the end of the highlight. But with 15 minutes to go, we still haven't really got much going on here. We're going to go back to positive just to make sure we don't concede a goal against Arsenal here. They certainly seem to be on top. And I'm hesitating to make a sub, because obviously we have got extra time looming if something doesn't happen here. It looks like it's going to end 1 each, unless Arsenal do the same as they did in the first half and get a late goal in the second half. Doesn't look like that's going to happen though, and we are going to go after a goalless second half to the end of the match in extra time. Time for everyone to dig in. Yeah, I think that's right, and everybody look to gain confidence there. That's magnificent. What I think we will do is make a defensive change, because that is where we're going to really be struggling. But that's shocking from Origi. Dearie me, I mean, didn't really help the defence out by practically giving the ball away within about 5 seconds there. But Origi putting pressure on, so trying to get the ball back. Ozil's number 6 now. Well, that's interesting. Fair enough. Ozil to Maitland-Niles. It's going to be an early goal for Arsenal. Maitland-Niles puts it into the box. That's shocking from us, but good from Van Dijk. Puts it back into Lacazette and just over the bar. I do think we need to make a defensive change because we are looking a little bit sloppy at the back. And the man we are going to bring on is Joe Gomez for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Again, no nonsense centre-backs. That makes sense. Don't make too many... don't put too much pressure on the centre-back. Just hoof it out. But we're going to tell the lads we demand more again because I don't really think we've been in this game. And I think that I'm just wondering whether we have to change to our more attacking formation in future matches because this doesn't look good. But that being said, Balotelli very nearly getting something on that there. But Lainez, still Lainez. Duncan gets the tackle. Lainez back on the wing, and that is going to be a throw-in, but there's a foul. What foul have we got here? Is that something that's happened in the box or something that's happened by the throw-in? I can't really tell what's happened. I think it is the one by the throw-in. It looks like a player's just because if you look, the Arsenal players in the advertising hoarding, it looks like, effectively. And Alfred Duncan is the player who's committed the challenge. Where is Duncan? That'll say all we need to say. Yes, he's down there. So as Duncan committed a foul, I mean, it's got to be quite a dirty one if it's gone down there. He might have gone in with a 2-footed lunge and he might get sent off, but apparently there wasn't a foul. That's like, get sended off. That makes absolutely no sense. Get sent off. But yeah, after that bit of drama, nothing really happened there. And that's really been the story ever since that goal on the edge of our time, unfortunately. What we are going to do is finally bring on Sadio Mane at this point for Divock Origi, the goal scorer. We have got a chance, though, here. Balotelli puts it to Mane, the new substitute. Oh! What a finish from Mane! What a finish! That is beautiful. He'd only been on for a few minutes, come back from injury from the last game, and Mane, what a beautiful goal that is. Balotelli from the free kick. I mean, Mane's in so much space. Surprising they didn't pick him up. Was it his first touch? No, it wasn't, but what a lovely curved shot. Just shows how difficult it was to get to, because the keeper didn't get anywhere near it. But what a lovely assist from Balotelli. Quick thinking from the two players. And he's now 2-1, advanced Liverpool in this match. But if our lead lasts anything like our first lead lasted, we've got a bit of a problem. But Van Dijk clears to Gomez. Gomez very good there to get past Kolasinac. And it was actually a foul from Kolasinac. And Lainez, very good dribbling again. So very good on the right in terms of our dribbling. Balotelli! Oh! Mario Balotelli, what a finish that is, son. That's his first goal back from Liverpool. And apparently it's his birthday, so happy birthday. I'd raise a glass properly, that's my orange squash. Oh, what a finish that was. And that was really down to the guys on the right, Joe Gomez and Lainez. I mean, for goodness sake, Kolasinac, you've conceded 2 fouls there. I think he did get the ball that time, but look at this. Pow! Past the keeper. Mario Balotelli, welcome back to Anfield, son. It's a pleasure to have you. And if that's anything to go by, that is absolutely awesome. And after the first half, we are ahead by 2 goals. So I'm going to tell the lads to concentrate. We obviously can't give a team talk with 15 minutes to go. So that's my effective team talk, just to calm down a little bit and just make sure that we don't make any silly mistakes. But what a great first half of the extra time it's been for us. Absolutely fantastic. And we now lead by 3 goals to 1. Aubameyang gets through. Matip, though, straight away. And Robertson has conceded a foul. Is he going to get sent off again? This is really concerning. I think he's the only player who's got sent off throughout this career mode for us, you know. But this could be a foul. It could be quite crucial, first and foremost, rather than looking at the consequences for Robertson. We need to focus on whether this is going to be a foul or not, first off. Penalty given. Well, he's on a yellow card, is Robertson. He hasn't been sent off, though, which is interesting. But yeah, he's not been very good with his disciplinary record. So might have to talk to him after the game after that. It's a real concern. I mean, he's got to sit out for 2 Premier League games. I'll talk about that in just a minute, because we have got a penalty going on here. Don't want to talk about random rubbish. When there's a penalty to be taken, this is obviously crucial. Aubameyang runs up. Alisson saves. What a good save that was from the keeper. Lovely stuff. And the team and Robertson generally gets away with that. I think if it had been a goal for Arsenal there, it'd put them right back in it with the momentum they could have. But that being said, they could still get something from this corner. Torreira, Chamberlain, lovely tackle. Can we start a counter-attack now? Oh, I should have really hoofed that up. The lad's a little bit concerned by the feedback to concentrate, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with that particularly, because, you know, we are 2 goals ahead. We need to tell the lads not to get ahead of themselves and get all excited, because we haven't won the Super Cup yet. They can get all excited once we've lifted the trophy. Just going to check that we are still recording on the audio end. Would hate for all of my mumbo jumbo to go a miss, and Robertson's beaten again by Maitland-Niles. He's really struggling in these last few games he's played, and it's a concern to see, but Gomez picks up the piece in the box and gets that out, at least temporarily anyway. Duncan, Burge, good pressure put on by Burge. Maitland-Niles, and good pressure by Robertson, but Maitland-Niles seems to have the measure of Andy Robertson at the moment. Not good to see at all, really. Maitland-Niles to Ozil. Torreira. Good ball through to Aubameyang, and he's gone past the keeper, and that's a goal. Well, not the best defence once again, it has to be said by us. Alisson being a little bit mugged there. And again, we're going to update our opposition instructions. Yeah, there's a bit of a concern, really. Because there's only one goal cushion now. I mean, if we hadn't got those 2 goals in quick succession, which we were quite lucky to get, Arsenal would have equalised again. But as you can see, the defender, I think it was probably Joel Matip. To be fair, he's on a yellow card, so not surprised he hasn't gone in harshly there. But Alisson, he's just mugged there. And that is a little bit of a concern, but he's still got a 7.5 rating, so he must have done well today. But with a few minutes to go, Arsenal have a corner. Torreira into the box for Manolas to Aubameyang. That's shocking. That's poor. Really is. 2-goal lead with 15. I mean, fair enough to Arsenal. But that's really poor. With 15 minutes to go, we had a 2-goal lead. I mean, both of those goals, of course, being scored by Aubameyang, and really tame goals, it has to be said. I know it's only a Super Cup match, but it's not a good precedent to set at all. And I'm a little bit disappointed with that, to be quite honest. But we are going to get to the end of the match. I don't think it should have ended like this, if I'm being brutally honest. I think that we should have won that match with relative ease. Well, let's sort our penalty takers out. We'll get you to take one first, Mane. Then we'll get Oxlade-Chamberlain, Balotelli. Milner to take the 4th. He's quite calm, cool and collected. We'll get Van Dijk to take the 5th. Lainez, I'm just worried it's a new sign, a little bit younger, so I'm going to let him off a little bit. Van Dijk, then we'll get Robertson. In fact, we'll put Burge in there first, just because Andy Robertson's finishing is pretty abysmal. And then Matip, Gomez, and Alisson. But we'll get Alisson to probably go back. We'll get Alisson to go 8th, I think. Because Alisson probably got some composure, to be fair to him. And let's go to penalties then. So it is going to be penalties that decide the UEFA Super Cup. Well, we won in normal time in last year's match against Chelsea. Can we get the first penalty scored? Mane runs up. Lovely finish. Lovely. Just whacked it. And that is the way to take a penalty. You either place it or whack it. And that's exactly what Sadio Mane did there. Lacazette to take the first penalty for the Gunners. And again, a second penalty of the day saved by Alisson. It's 1-0 to us at the moment. Oxlade-Chamberlain, of course, against his former club Arsenal. I could have thought about that with the penalties, but will he buckle under the pressure? Straight at Bernd Leno. He doesn't move. He does the same as Alisson did before. And Oxlade-Chamberlain, unfortunately, no goal for him. He walks back. Aubameyang's going to take the second Arsenal penalty. Can we keep them out for a second time? No, oh, yes, we can! Well, Alisson went the wrong way. And Aubameyang hit the post. Well, Balotelli scored a goal for us today. Can he get a second one for us 2-0 up in this shootout? He can. What a lovely finish from Balotelli. Leno does exactly the same as what he did last time. And I don't have to tell you, if Ozil misses this one, all we need is 1 goal out of 2. And we win the Super Cup. Can we make it 3 out of 3? Yes, we can. Alisson saves. And it has been a wretched shootout for Arsenal so far. And a goal from the ever-reliable James Milner with his 4th penalty will win us the Super Cup. If it's any man you'd want taking this penalty, my God, it's Milner. Can we do it? Can we win the Super Cup on penalties? Fairly easy. It have to be said if we win it here, but you can't discredit the work of Alisson to keep 2 of those out and go the right way with the other one. But Milner to take this here, to put his name in headlights. He does! Milner does it! And after, it has to be said, is that me? Please don't say that to me. That's Alisson. I was about to say, surely that can't be me running across there. And finally, we've got the trophy presentations in game that we didn't have in the beta. There's me celebrating on the right there. And we have won the Super Cup. That's brilliant. I mean, we weren't really in the game, you could argue, I think. We weren't the best team. But there I am. We go back on the pitch. There's the manager. There's the players. And there's the subs bench in white. And I hold the trophy aloft. The Arsenal fans have probably all gone. And we have won the Super Cup for 2 years in a row after winning the Champions League. And that is a great feat. Congratulations, lad. I'm happy with your performance. I mean, I can understand Sammy Lee saying that our performance was weak. But we can sort that out for the next game. But we win the UEFA Super Cup. Fantastic to see. We did it very well on penalties, as you can see. Consecutive UEFA Super Cup wins for Liverpool. 7-2 odds to win it. Oh, I wouldn't have minded that, Christ. But as you can see, win it again. And hopefully it's the same token in the match against Arsenal. I mean, not that we draw 3-3, but that we get 3 points. We're back with the most important competition, and that, of course, is the Premier League. Our second match, of course, against Arsenal, who we played on Wednesday. I'm sure you don't need reminding. A few changes from that match, of course. The first one is that Robertson is suspended for the next few matches. So James Philip Milner starts at left-back, with Joe Gomez and Joel Matip in centre-back positions. Again, Laporte's not really ready for matches at the moment. His match fitness isn't great, the same as Lovren, and Van Dijk's pretty shattered after that Wednesday night match. Alexander-Arnold retains his place at right back with Fabinho, Berge and Keita in the midfield, and then Salah makes his first appearance of the season with Mane on the wing and Firmino back up front to retain that usual front three for Liverpool. You can see as well that Arsenal are playing with a little bit more attacking creativity, it seems, today. Liverpool are unbeaten in 3 matches against Arsenal. I mean, that's twisting it now, because before we hadn't won against them in 3 matches, but of course we'd drawn against them before. So a bit of a twisted one there, but oh well. I had decided to play on 2D, by the way, but I suppose it's because we were on director for the penalty shootout before, so I can let Sports Interactive away with that one. Get away with that one, rather. But a little bit concerned about... Jeez, that's a good ball early on in the match. But I'm a bit concerned about Milner at left-back. But because because Robertson is suspended and Joe Gomez just isn't comfortable playing there, and the fact, of course, he needs another centre-back, really, we're forced to play Milner just for the fact that he's the only player that can play competently there. And if I would trust anybody to play in that position, it would be James Milner. Of course, his pace isn't great these days. It's the only problem, I'd say, probably, with Milner, but nonetheless, I don't think it should be game-changing. If it is, we'll have to just put Joe Gomez there and bring Lovren on, for example. We'll have to see how we get on in the game. And this is the man himself on the ball at the moment. His composure certainly not too bad there. A good ball from Gomez, but straight through to the Arsenal defence. So not really effective in terms of making any chance there. And in fact, this has made a chance from Arsenal. Lovely run from Aubameyang, and that is wide of the post. So, what did Gomez do there? I mean, more direct passes. I mean, yeah, okay, that's fair enough. More direct passing, yeah, I think that's okay, to be honest. I'm okay with that, because we've told the lads to be more direct in their passing anyway. I just thought that sort of ball was a little bit wasteful, but certainly not too bad in the end. Yeah, that little voice crack then. But as I've said before, we do need to go and win this match today. We do go top of the Premier League if we go and win this match today. Bournemouth and Fulham played last night. Bournemouth beat Fulham. So they are unbeaten in their 2 matches, and Fulham have lost their first 2. Not really anything that's too unexpected, I think it's fair to say. Bournemouth, of course, with a draw and a win, have got 4 points. And as it stands, of course, ourselves and Arsenal have got 4 points. Work out the maths. If we win, we get top of the table. Lovely ball from lovely run from Bellerin, for Christ's sake. It's a goal from Arsenal. And admittedly, I don't know if it's a tactic or what, but we didn't look very good in the game again in the Super Cup. And there's just something that didn't feel right there. We were beaten far too easily. I know Milner's out on the left-hand side, but that's shocking from Alisson. I mean, you could say a little bit unlucky, fair enough, but yeah, it's a little bit disappointed to see. And I think we might have to change things at half-time if it's not going the way I plan. And just go for that really attacking formation. Just try and beat Arsenal by going attacking, because we all know that Arsenal's defence can be a little bit weak. But as it says there, we're getting shots, but they're just too far out. And we're just not playing the way that... We're just not comfortable. It has to be said, but a goal would change all that. I'd be all happy if we scored here, of course. Milner to Fabinho. If we concede again, it would be a real problem. Berge, good ball into Salah, and Salah scores. But again, I think that's offside. I think it is offside. Let's have a look. Salah finds the net. It's been called back, I presume. Oh, is it not? Okay. It's usually because... Okay, great. The goal stands. It's usually because if the goal doesn't stand, there usually isn't something that comes up at the top. But I couldn't give him monkeys. Berge gets his first assist. A lovely assist, by the way. And really nice header from Mo Salah. And it's 1 each. That's great stuff. And let's see if we go a bit more attacking before half-time, whether we can get the lead, or whether this point that we could gain is not going to last very long. Let's have a look. Salah puts it to Berge. It's a lovely ball through to Firmino. Can we get a good counter-attack going? Only if Firmino does well here. He runs through. I think he's going to shoot, and that's going to be the problem. Firmino does well to find Berge. And what a finish that is for the new midfielder. An assist and a goal, and it is 2-1 to the Reds. Absolutely fantastic, as it says there. Liverpool are in the lead, and it didn't say that there. It said that Berge scored his first goal, an assist and a goal, and what a first full match from the is it Norwegian? The Norwegian midfielder. A beautiful strike, it has to be said, and a great assist from Firmino, who I did think there would go for goal, but that's very similar to what Firmino is usually like. I'm just making sure he is Norwegian. Don't want to look like a tweet. Yes, he is Norwegian. God, he's only 22. I mean, look at that face. He looks a lot older than 22. But I don't give a monkeys if he's 22 or 42. He's just got the goal for us to put us ahead against Arsenal. And all that wishy-washy talk of how we were rubbish, it's not been too bad, has it? But nevertheless, I think we are going to change our tactic, you know. I think I am going to change the tactic. You can go on wing-back automatic. You can go, yeah, you can start on full-back automatic. It doesn't really change things too much apart from the fact that we just are a little bit more attacking. Who are we going to bring off? Got to bring one of the midfielders off. And I think Fabinho's the most tired, so that makes sense. And we're going to bring Balotelli on. See how he gets on with Firmino. That'll be a very interesting strike partnership. If it works, that's going to be a very dominating front four. We'll have to see how we get on. Just make sure that probably Milner's on the defensive side, I would say. An inverted wing back, he seems to be alright playing with that. We'll put Alexander-Arnold on support. A little bit more further forward, but nothing too ridiculous. See how we get on in the second half. We've got a 1-goal cushion, and Balotelli's come on to provide a bit more of an attacking threat up front. We'll just have to see how we get on. If we do beat Arsenal, so that'd be great. As I said, I am worrying a little bit, because despite those 2 goals, I don't think we look that good. I don't think we look like a title-winning team, or it might just take time for us to get into the season. Who knows? But the credentials of a title-winning team are really understood if you can win games when you're not the favourite. And that's ultimately what this game seems to be at the moment. Because Arsenal are looking very good, but a good defensive clearance there from Alexander-Arnold. But Salah a little bit sloppy there. But Tierney wins it. That was a little bit sloppy from all of us there. I don't know why the players always head it. It always happens in FM. It's like 3 headers in a row. Just bring the ball down. Just bring the ball down. And this is what might lead to Arsenal getting a second goal. Again, Bellerin beats Milner. It's not much of a surprise. And he gets the shot on, but Alexander-Arnold doing really well there to make sure that Lacazette has absolutely no chance of getting to the back of the net. Lovely stuff there. Pardon me. And with 20-odd minutes to go, we still lead in this game. Can Arsenal do something about it? Lovely stuff from Mane to get to the ball first. Hopefully, we can get a 2-goal cushion here. Just don't be greedy, Sadio. Sadio Mane runs in. Still going 1-on-1 with the keeper. You know exactly what I'm going to say there. Too greedy. Should have just squared it to Firmino. And there is an instruction on for the strikers not to shoot as often, to be fair. Matip puts it out. Straight back to Aubameyang. It's a little bit of a disappointment, but he puts it out temporarily. Back to Aubameyang. Oof, very close. Very, very close there. Alexander-Arnold's been booked. I think we might bring him off. Yeah, we'll give Omar his first match in the team. I'm tempted to bring Milner off, but we'll bring Trent off because I don't want him to get red carded. Well, I mean, we'll have Robertson and Trent out for a match. That'd be an absolute disaster. Good ball from Lindelof through to Pepe, but Milner does very well to close that one out. Certainly temporarily, but Milner can't really get to that one. But Ozil to Lacazette. Lacazette, this is looking worrying. Lacazette to Tierney, good stuff from Keita, but Arsenal win the ball back. Guendouzi, Lacazette, just get the ball out. Aubameyang, back to Ozil. This is going to end in a goal, I just know it. Horta to Bellerin. Milner, come on, get there, son. Now he's beaten him. Oh, lucky, really, there. It's a very good cross from Bellerin. Tierney, I just know it's going to be a goal. Oh, how did that not go in? Arsenal had that many chances there. That was absolutely ridiculous. But I think despite that we might be a little bit weaker making this substitution now, I think we've got to. Because I'm a little bit worried about James Milner being in that left-back position. He doesn't look comfortable, and it seems Bellerin's beating him all the time. And with us needing to cancel and make sure that this ends as it is, this is very uncomfortable to see. But Aubameyang runs up. Lovely tackle from Joel Matip. And we've got 20 minutes to survive. It would be great if we can score another goal, of course. That would really put the icing on the cake in this second Premier League match. And we've got an attacking opportunity now. Throwing will come in. Can't tell who that is. It's Joe Gomez to Berge. Berge, lovely cross in. Can he get his second assist of the day to goal for Liverpool? But is that one offside? Looked very close, that did. No. It's not offside. I hate this. Why is there not a bloody goal thing at the top? This is really annoying me. But even so, we go 3-1 up. Is it another assist for Berge? It looks like it is. A beautiful ball from Berge up to Salah. And a lovely strike from Mo Salah. So 2 goals for Salah. 1 goal for Berge. And I think that's 1 assist for Berge and 1 goal for Berge. I mean, very good showing from both of those players today. Who needs strikers? I mean, we've got a winger and a centre mid providing all the goals. But can Arsenal come back straight away? I mean, this is very reminiscent of that match, of course, in the Super Cup, isn't it? Where, of course, we gave up effectively a 2-0 lead with 15 minutes to go. And I hope we don't do it again. Lovely stuff from Berge, though. He looks like a real talent. Just gets it out. That's what we want. Just get it away. Just get it away. that is what we want, and I'm very happy with our new signing at the moment. He seems to be doing very well and looks very comfortable already in that central midfield position. I mean, I said I was going to ease him in, but due to injuries, etc., he's just come into the team straight away, and he looks so natural. In fact, it's 2 assists from Burge. No, of course it is, because he got both the assists for Salah and got the goal. So, a brilliant game from both Salah and Burge. Just going to make sure we are recording on the audio front again. Balotelli, though, on the ball. Can he beat the defenders? Balotelli saves a little bit of time. Nice stuff from Balotelli, but he is dispossessed by Victor Lindelof. He's going to struggle a little bit there, to be fair, to put that one in the back of the net. And due to a Lovren mistake, Lacazette is going to be one-on-one with the keeper. He beat the keeper, but he also beat the post by quite a margin. And it looks like, I would say, with a few minutes to go, that we are going to win this one much more comfortably than the match in the Super Cup. And it is going to be very pleasing, today's episode. I didn't expect to get 2 wins out of 2. It seems as soon as I said and moaned about the lads not doing very well, that it almost gave them a kickstart, even though I didn't moan to them. I just moaned to the camera. They must be able to hear me. Very bizarre, but a good ball from Salah to Mane. This would really finish it off. Firmino makes it 4-1 to Liverpool. Only 20 seconds to go. But what a brilliant match in the end. I mean, even only 16 shots. Arsenal have had 27 shots and scored 1. And that just shows clearly our defensive calibre today. I don't know how many of those have been on target, but really poor from Bella in there, despite his good attacking work early on. But a lovely footwork there, lovely footwork from Bobby Firmino, and 9 shots on target from Arsenal. But still, the only stat that matters as a result, and that is a really dominated performance, considering Arsenal were 1-0 up, and that is an absolutely brilliant result. I'm absolutely chuffed about that. And starts off our Premier League very, very nicely, as you can see. Salah sends Liverpool top. I mean, I do feel a little bit better for Arsenal, because that puts a real dampener on the start of their season after beating Fulham 1-0. I mean, even bless them, they lost in the Community Shield to Manchester City, bless them. But then they lost against us twice. And then they've got Man City in a few games' time. Well, I know we've not done them much of a favour today, but it'd be a nice favour if they could go and beat Man City. We're going to have a few games off. A very good start to the season. 3 wins from 3. Certainly wasn't expecting that, particularly with 2 games against Arsenal. But we're going to play the Bournemouth game off camera. Do we play the Merseyside derby on camera? I know that we should do, but I feel that these days the Merseyside derby isn't as much of a match. But I suppose because of the fact that Everton did in fact beat us in the last Merseyside derby, I suppose it's a bit more of an interest there. So yeah, we'll play the game against Everton next time out. We might play the Wolves game. We might play the Champions League group stage game, depending on how I feel. But if you enjoyed them, actually leave a like down below. Medical Centre, I thought isn't that weird? It's all moved about. Isn't that odd? I'll sort that out in a minute. Oh, what? It's all moved about. Goodness knows why. But if you enjoyed that, actually leave a like, comment down below your thoughts, and subscribe for regular Football Manager 20 content. But apart from that, a very good episode, don't you think? I think so. If you think so too, let me know down in the comments. Thank you very much for your company today, and I'll see you guys later on. Goodbye for now.